Hey, peacemakers, it's the Soul Coach coming at you with another episode. So sit back and let's find your peace of mind. This is the Soul Coach, and I'm coming at you with another episode of Beyond the Uniform. And this episode is with Tia Baker, aka Sweets Galore. So, Tia, I'm going to go ahead and start asking the questions and let everybody know who is Tia Baker and who is Sweets Galore.
So Tia Baker is me in uniform. My everyday professional self is Tia Baker. Now, Sweets Galore is my YouTube personality that comes on when I turn that camera on. That's Sweets Galore.
Okay. You want to tell everybody where you're from and a little bit of your background?
Okay, so I'm originally from Covington, Georgia. I was technically born in South Carolina, but I'm from Georgia. Graduated 2013, and I'm 25.
Okay. And with Sweets Galore, when did you start your name as Sweets Galore? When did people start calling you that?
So I got the nickname Sweets when I was in 11th grade, or no, 10th grade actually. I switched from Newton High School to Mill Creek High School, and I wanted a different name. I wanted to go by something new. I didn't want to go by T anymore, so I kind of made my own nickname. My mom kind of called me Sweet. She didn't put the S on the end, so I kind of gave myself Sweet. And when I got to that new high school, I just gave myself a new name. So from 10th grade until now, I got the name Sweet. The Galore came later on from when I expanded to my brand, and it's Sweets Galore, Color Your Aura.
Okay. So with the military aspect of your life, what is your occupation in the Army, and what actually made you join the Army?
So I'm an 88 Mike with a motor transport operator. Fancy for saying that I'm a truck driver, and I joined the Army. Well, really, my mom made me join the reserves, and I made the decision to go active duty later on.
Okay. And what made you choose that job? Was it just something that you were interested in, or it was just like, she's making me join, so I'm going to just choose whatever?
So if I would have known this as the young person that I was, I should have done more research. I picked the job because it had the quickest, AIT time, so the time that I was in AIT is going to be the fastest. Not only that, but I had a $15,000 sign-on bonus, so I took the money over picking a job that I actually might like. Just so you to do my own research, so not what I would have picked, but money talks, so kind of signed the contract for the money a little bit. So that's why I picked it, right?
Yeah, that kind of seems like the same reason that I joined. I am a 91 Juliet chemical equipment repair, and I work on laundry systems and water purification systems. And I never, ever do my job while I'm at drill. I haven't done my job since I was in AIT, and I got a $20,000 bonus. And so it was just like, okay, well, I'm going to just do it for the money.
Right.
So with you being in the Army, with me watching your YouTube videos and everything, what do you love the most about being an actual NCO?
What I love about being an NCO is being able to motivate people and move people in a different light. Some people didn't grow up with the mom. Some people didn't grow up with a big sister. So you can be all that to somebody. You can be their motivator. You can push them mentally, physically, and emotionally. And you can be that person in their life they never had and they can look up to. So it just feels good to be able to be in place in somebody else's life and change them for the better.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So from an NCO standpoint right now, what would you tell the private Baker? What would you tell her if you were the NCO to her?
I would tell her, don't burn any bridges, because you never know, especially being in the military, who you're going to need in the long run. Just at the end of the day, it's a profession. Be professional, and if you decided that you didn't like it, or, some people join the military and they're like, I hate it, I want to get out, just stick it out, because you never know what the military can do for you. For instance, the military for me blew up my social media platform, so just take everything with a grain of salt and keep it pushing and keep it moving.
Yeah, most definitely. And they always say that it's well with the military being so small and the army being so small, it's like you always see somebody like
Right.
or you
You're
always
gonna
come
see
back
them
in
again.
contact with them. Yeah, you
Yeah.
always come in contact with them. So it's like they always say that you need a person who is a 42 alpha, you need a supply person, a cook, and a finance person because you need
Right.
those people. And so don't let you burn your bridges with those people or you're going to be
Right.
SOL.
Right.
So on your Military Mondays, on your channel, on your YouTube channel, you were talking about your journey from switching from reserve to active duty. What made you actually make that change?
So, like I said before, I joined the reserves in 2013, and I went active in 2016. So I was working 3 jobs, 2 retail jobs in the Army part-time, and then I was a full-time student. So I was working 3 jobs, and full-time, I wasn't even making enough money to, like, support myself. I still lived at home, but it's just, like, it's one thing to be 20 years old working 3 jobs and still feeling like you're not doing anything with your life. Like, I was in school, but it just wasn't enough. So I made the decision to go active duty for financial stability. I also wanted to invest in my business, and I know that if you can't invest in yourself, nobody else is going to invest in you. So I chose to go active duty to basically start my business, start my brand, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, most definitely. I know from that standpoint, I can definitely attest to that because there was a time when I couldn't get a job when I got home from AIT because I only had one job before I left for basic training, and that was like literally right after I graduated. I was a janitor at this historic place, and so it was like, okay, when I really wanted to make adult money and see the income coming in, I had to have like 5 jobs, literally. I was at elementary school. I had 2 retail jobs, Army part-time, babysat, and it was like, oh, my God, I was so drained. But me, on the other hand, like I didn't want to go active just because of I like the freedom of going and traveling and having that time with my family when I want to.
Right. I understand that as well.
And you spoke about becoming an entrepreneur and wanting to invest in your business. How was your business, Sweet Rebel Collections, created?
That was created between me and a really close friend of mine. I was pushed into making Sweets Galore, the website, before it was ready. It was almost like a competition type of thing between somebody else. They kind of pushed me. They gave me that urge. Like, if you don't do it now, somebody else is going to steal your idea. So I ran and I pushed sweetsgalore.com out probably around last year, mid-summertime. I pushed it out. My other friend, her name's Cammie. She had a business as well, and she's the one who had made my website for me. She was helping me all the ins and outs of, like, creating the website and everything. She did my whole website for me for free, didn't charge me anything. And her brand was hair, so she sold hair. And her personal Instagram is Cammie_Rebel, and her business Instagram was Wigs on Fleet. So I thought, well, why don't we put both of our brands together? So one day I was brainstorming, thinking, what name can incorporate both of our brands? So I thought of Sweet Rebel Collection because we have hair, we have glitter, we have makeup. At that time, we had everything, and we wanted to expand and add phonics, flat irons, everything to make a collection. So it kind of created from 2 small business owners just coming together and making a whole collection.
Okay. And, yeah, when I was doing, like, going all the way back, because when I started, when I came across you on YouTube, it was, like, the ending part of last year. And then I noticed, like, I had come across, I think it was one of your Military Monday videos, and so I didn't really know the real you, so I had to start doing my research, and I'm like, okay, if I want to have her on my podcast, I have to go all the way back. And so I was like, she's really into makeup. I saw your very first video, and you were doing a review on lipstick
in the bathroom, no lighting.
Yeah. So what made you have a passion for makeup?
I don't know, honestly. It kind of just slapped me in the face one day. I've been doing makeup since I was sneaking and doing it in middle school. I had this little palette from Claire's that I always used to get that had glitter in it. That's hence why I started off with glitter, because all my old pictures when I was in high school or middle school, elementary school, I have this glitter on my eyes, and I was not going nowhere without my glitter. So I just one day I was just sitting down in my room, just like, I want to be a makeup artist. Like, I want to have my own brand. And I started to learn, because Making Good has these eyebrows, and they always were so perfect. And I'm like, Mom, I want my eyebrows to like Making Good, and sure that's makeup. I started doing research on YouTube, and I was like, I'm going to make a YouTube when I go to college, because at one point I thought I was going to go to college, like the traditional, go to school. I'll make it when I go to college. It'll be more interesting.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to, like, make a YouTube. I really wanted to get into makeup, but I never wanted to get into makeup at first to get paid from it. I just wanted to entertain people or teach them how to do their makeup, because I had to learn only on YouTube. So I just kind of was like, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. This makes me happy. It makes me happy to do somebody else's makeup and then feel or see how beautiful they feel after I finish. So it just warms my heart to make people feel better or boost their self-esteem.
Yeah, but I definitely don't know how to do my makeup, so I'm like, oh my God, I need to learn how to do, what is concealer, what is baking, what is doing this. But you had it all down packed. You was in the bathroom with the eyebrows, with the lipstick,
right,
everything.
Looking crazy.
You wasn't looking crazy. I was like, why wasn't I on this 3-4 years ago? So at any point in time, was there anybody like your friends or like family members that doubted you, or like, oh, I don't think you would be a makeup artist. You should just focus on school, because I don't think that's something that will be an asset to your life, and it's not a good career.
Yes, definitely. I had people tell me that was basically a cliche dream. And it is. All of my mother down to my brothers were all dreamers. We all want to do something that's not conventional, like not the average person would do. I did want to go to school at one point. I was a biology major. I was in school to be an OBGYN. And then I kind of just, boom, like I said, it slapped me in the face, and I changed my mind at like 20 years old, saying, never mind, I don't want to be an OBGYN. I want to be a makeup artist, or I wanted to be a celebrity makeup artist at one point. I wanted to legit do makeup. Now I'm kind of like, I don't really want to do the makeup. I just want to have a brand. I want to be legit. I want to be in Sephora. I want to be in Ultra or something of that nature. I want to just expand and have a legit factory and stuff like that. And I just came out of nowhere talking to my mom and talking to my stepdad and the people around me. And they're like, yesterday you wanted to be an OBGYN, and today you're telling you want to be a makeup artist? I think you just go to school. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just go to school. And I was like, no. If you want to do something, you got to follow your passion, because your passion is going to be your money maker. Because I could be an OBGYN all day, but if I'm not happy doing what I'm doing, then what's the point? So I'm like, you know what? It don't matter what everybody else thinks. All that matters is what I want to do. And your dreams will happen as long as you pursue them. You have to pursue your dream and give it all you got, or either die trying, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yes. Like, it all makes sense, and they should have known since you were already in the makeup and playing in the makeup at a young age. So you had the signs, and you just, since everybody's like, oh, you gotta, most people, parents are like, oh, you gotta go to school, get a career, you gotta work a 9 to 5, and you gotta do what you gotta do to support yourself. And so the fact that a makeup artist wasn't something that wasn't conventional, just because it wasn't something that everybody's parents or grandparents were used to seeing when they were growing up. It just wasn't a dream that they could fathom in their mind.
Right.
So with you being in the military, how has that helped you during your entrepreneurial journey? I know that you stated that you wanted to go, you wanted to join and go active so that you can actually fund your business. So how did everything like that go?
It went very well, actually, because 9 times out of 10, the reason that you found my video was because of my military videos, not because of my makeup videos. So without me joining and without me going active duty, that one video that went viral that got all my subscribers basically wouldn't happen. It would took a lot longer, because I kind of beat the odds. I'm a black female. I'm short, like I'm really little. I'm skinny. So like I'm checking all the boxes because
Yeah.
I'm not the average person you see join the military. They're shocked. Like, you're in the military, so if they can do it, or if I can do it, they can do it. So it broadened my views, my subscribers, everything from the aspect of just being in the military itself. People look up to me from the fact that it's a career, number one, and it's the thing that we do. We fight for our country, so a lot of people want to do what we do. You know what I mean? Like, they're interested. So without that little bit of interest, because people are going to watch. Once they see your personality, they're going to continue to watch, not just because I'm in the military, but my personality kind of sticks out as it should, on a YouTube platform. But without the military, I honestly don't think it would take way longer for me to get the recognition that I have today.
Yeah, that is true. So, with you being able to travel with being in the military, I noticed that you were stationed in Korea, and you're stationed in Virginia, and you're going back to Korea. You travel often, and I know, like, just with seeing on your social media, you travel. You've been in places that I haven't even been to. I don't even have a passport yet, and it's a crying shame. But I know. So you travel often. How has that made you into a better soldier or entrepreneur? Like, how does that change your mindset towards those things?
I don't think more so it made me a better soldier or entrepreneur, but it made me a better person to be more, just more aware and learning a lot about another person's or another country's culture. Because it's one thing to be ignorant about things you don't know, but I want to learn. So I travel so that way I can have an understanding of people. And that kind of does come back to entrepreneurship, because then I know how to product my products. Like, I know how to sell them to different cultures, because not everybody does the same thing. Everybody from different parts of the world wear different stuff. They're into different stuff. So going to those countries and learning what they like, I can put out a product that will be appealing to those other people that are not just from America, from Thailand, from Korea, South Korea, wherever, I'll be more able to connect with those people.
Yeah, and another thing I was going to say is you've seen the women and how the men are, and whether you've seen how they carry themselves in regards to their, like, self-esteem and everything, and how they take pride in themselves. So it definitely gives you a way to look at your target audience and how to put things out. But also you can take those into consideration in your life as well.
Right.
So what's your favorite place to travel and why?
My favorite place to travel, you got to be somewhere hot. If the sun is out, if the weather is warm, it's humid, I'm there. I have to take my infamous beach photo. Okay, I got to have my Instagram. I'm somewhere exotic. So it really doesn't matter where I go, but I'd rather go somewhere that's warm. That's just my cup of tea. And the best place that I have traveled so far has to be, hands down, Thailand. Thailand was the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. And if you are watching this podcast or listening, to this podcast right now, you need to put that on your bucket list. Go to Phuket and live your best life. I promise you, it's the most beautiful place you will ever see.
How many countries how many countries have you been to so far?
Countries, I've been to 3. So I went to Thailand, Jamaica, and I went to Panama.
Okay. I don't know why. It just seems like you've been more places than that.
I went to Hawaii. Like, I've been to, like, more, like, local places, but, like, out, it was only Korea, Jamaica, and Thailand. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how did you get into traveling? Is it just, okay, I would just want to go see the world, or was it just like a dream of yours to travel when you were younger?
I think it was the military, really. I went to Korea, and then I realized I like Thai food. Like, I always like Thai food. Like, I really went to Thailand because I like the food. I like to eat. Like, you think I would be a lot bigger than what I am, because
I know you're so little.
So I went to Thailand because I just wanted to taste authentic Thai food, right? I went to Thailand, and it changed my whole perspective on life. Like, in that whole 5-6 days, it changed everything for me. I'm like, wow, I came here, and I'm more appreciative to their culture. So I was like, I just want to go everywhere. So my goal is every year I go at least 3 places. It don't necessarily have to be overseas, but I always want to go 3 places a year. Because like last year I did Jamaica, Panama, and I went to Hawaii. So I try to do 3 places a year.
That's like me. I'm a travel bug, and I've been to almost, it's like a little over 20 states, because I've lived in three states by, like, as a civilian, and we're just going places, like, for the Army and everything. I've been to California and some other places just, like, for training. But it's one thing that I absolutely hate is when people are like, oh, I don't travel because it's too expensive. And a lot of my friends who are active duty, they're like, oh, well, I can't take leave, and it's too much to take leave to go travel and stuff. I just telling one of my friends, he's like, you travel all the time. Like with my work schedule, I'm off every other Friday, and I get and I don't work on weekends, so I have a 3-day weekend twice a month. And so it's like I travel every single weekend I have off, and then I take off some days during the week if I have to for that travel. So would you, an active duty person, tell people how it's not expensive to travel, especially if you plan ahead and you budget everything out, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to plan ahead. So I'm going to Miami and Cancun on my PCSE. It is the end of February. I already have my flights booked for May, and I already have my Airbnb on, like, the little pay in advance, and you can pay half at a time. All it is to travel is just paying in advance or booking your stuff in advance. So tickets right now are $103, where in April they'll probably be $300. So to plan a trip, you just gotta do it way advance to budget it right. Because literally, I do not spend that much money when I go travel. I want to spend the most money while I'm there actually doing it. It's not trying to get there. I went to Thailand and I spent $700. Mind you, I was in Korea.
Oh my God!
When I bought those tickets, but my flight, my hotel, and all the activities I did in Thailand were $700. You just gotta plan way in advance, and you gotta do your research. I do research before I go anywhere. I want to know what the hottest places is, what area I need to stay in, what's the cheapest way I can get there. Airbnbs is a key that says bump these hotels, stay in Airbnb, 10 times cheaper.
Besides Airbnb, what other websites or apps that you know off the top of your head that you use just for people and their knowledge?
To stay in, I easily just stay in Airbnbs, but there is hostels depending on where you go. There's hostels there too. But for flights, I use Google Flights because they show you the cheapest days of travel. So you might want to leave on a Thursday, but Saturday's flight is $100 compared to Thursday's flight, which is $300. So Google Flights shows you everything. When the best time to travel with the airlines. If you can travel from different airports, it'll be this much cheaper. So usually I'm using Google Flights, and I use Airbnb. And you can use those travel velocity, but it's better to just do it separately and just figure out yourself what is going to be the cheapest option. Do the numbers, calculate them, and then figure out what routes you want to go. 9 times out of 10, Airbnb is definitely going to be cheaper than a hotel. I'll give you that, definitely.
Let's take a break and hear a message from our sponsors. Hey you guys, so I just want to talk about something that is really near and dear to my heart, and it is podcasting. So I just want to let you guys know about Anchor, and it's Anchor FM. It is a platform which I'm using right now to record the podcast on. You can record, add in your effects, create other little things, tidbits to make your podcast possible, but you basically are doing it as a one-stop shop on Anchor. You can do it with the help of your computer, or maybe you can do it on the go with your app on your phone. Just check out Anchor right now and get started if it's something that you want to do. Podcasting is really cool, and it's a way for you to express yourself. So I just want to say, if you want to get started, why not do it now? Go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm/start, and you can get your podcast started right now. Let's get back to the show.
Okay, yeah. I know with me, I don't spend a lot on traveling either. Like I went out to California for almost like 4 or 5 days, and I left on a Thursday from Maryland to LA. And for my rental car, me and my best friend, we split it. So the rental car, the hotel, and with my flight, I only spent $500.
Right.
Just to get out there. And I was out there for you might as well say almost a week. So I just want everybody to know it's not expensive to travel, and stop holding back, because you hear this girl over here going to Thailand and everywhere else, and you're just letting your life pass you by when you shouldn't.
Right. You got to travel. You got to see the world. It's more than the States. It's more than your 4 walls. It's more than the town that you live in. It's a big, beautiful world, and you need to see it. Like, you have to. You got to learn about these other cultures you have no idea about. And I promise you, once you do it once, once you travel once, you're going to be hooked. You're going to want to go everywhere. You're going to want to see everything.
Yes, you definitely do. Like, I'm a travel bug, and I just started traveling back in 2016. So that bug bit me, and I'm just gone. I'm always gone. All right. So with on your YouTube channel, you've spoken about your mental health journey with depression and anxiety. How has opening up about your actual journey helped you relate to your customers, your subscribers, your followers on social media, and just overall people in general?
It just made me more relatable. It made me more real, because a lot of people portray, or not, maybe don't try to portray, but they portray themselves as like this perfect person that never goes through anything. Life is perfect. They live in their best life all the time, and that's not the case. 9 out of 10, a lot of people are struggling with mental health problems. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to be depressed, as long as it's not taking you to the point where you feel some type of way where you might hurt yourself. It's okay to go talk to somebody about it. Talk to your medical provider, whoever you feel close that you can trust to talk to. I just feel like it just makes me more real. And people are like, well, she can get through it, and she's living through it. I can do it too, because there's soldiers, there's sergeants, there's staff sergeants, there's people above me who might watch my videos and might get a little bit of inspiration by seeing I actually went to behavioral health. I'm trying to get help, and it's okay to get help. It's okay to admit that you have issues, because every issue can be solved. So it's no issue to go get help. Like, if you need it, you get it, and you never know, that little bit of help might just make you feel better. You might learn something. Like, I learned that from my anxiety to colors. When I'm starting to feel a little stressed and my hands get to shaking, I pop out a coloring book and start coloring. And next thing you know, or I hyper focus on something, write down on some paper everything I hear in the room, everything I see in the room, to like take my mind off the feeling that I'm feeling. And I've learned that from my group. So it's not a bad thing to be aware of your issues and to go get help.
Yes, and that's another way that we both of us can relate to the actual mental health journey, because I myself, I recently had a miscarriage back in September, and so I was already in counseling for anxiety back in April, because I was having I haven't even been diagnosed with it, but I know that I was having panic attacks and everything. Mm-hmm. And I went to the doctor, and they thought I had high blood pressure, and that wasn't it. And so I actually called Military One Source, and I reached out to them because my doctor was like, yeah, they had me on a no sodium diet, and I had to check my blood pressure twice a day and everything. And I was never the person to say, oh, no, I don't want to go to counseling or see a therapist and all that stuff. I was always open to it because I don't want to put myself in a situation where it's like I'm affecting other people around me because of what I'm going through. And I would rather understand myself so that I can be more relatable, like you said, being relatable to people and helping them as well. So at any point in time where you like, oh, no, I don't think I want to go see a therapist, because, you know, that's one stereotype is, like, with us being black, a lot of people are like, oh, well, why would I want to talk to somebody who I don't even know? Why would I want to talk to a random person?
Yeah, it took me a while to actually get the courage enough to go to behavioral health. I fought myself for a while. I felt silly. I didn't realize that my mental health is
You started breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, so it took me a while to get the behavioral health. I felt this, and I was like, I'll get over it. I'll get better. I'll get to talk to somebody about it. But I just realized that mental health is important, and little do people know it affects your everyday life, your mental, how you think, how you act, your aura, how you come off to people. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna suck it up, and I'm gonna go in that office, and I'm gonna tell them how I feel, and it ended up helping me. So it's okay to like get the help. Like, don't feel ashamed or bashful about talking to somebody. Just go talk to them, because sometimes your people around you, your friends, your mom, your dad, they might downplay how you're feeling. Oh, you'll get over it. Oh, you're fine. You're good. And really, you need somebody.
You're just going through a phase and all this kind of stuff.
Right. And it'll get better. You're all right. Sometimes you want to vent and not have somebody tell you to hush you. You know, you want to vent and somebody be like, you know, you're coming from here, I can help you fix how you're feeling or something. Not just, oh, you'll be all right. You're good. You're good. You just complaining or you just being extra. Nobody wants to hear that when they're down and out. You want to be able to vent, still get it off your chest without somebody telling you like, oh, you're over exaggerating or you're doing too much. No, I feel the way I feel. How I feel is valid, and you have that person there that will listen and help you.
Yeah. So when you are finally done with the military and stuff, do you think that you will actually, well, I'm not sure how long you're going for behavioral health, but like when you retire or when you decide to ETS or whatever, are you going to continue to go to therapy, or like do you feel like that's like, okay, how I go to my doctor regularly, I'm going to keep going to a therapist. I'm going to find a counselor that's in my area. Do you feel like, because most people, like on social media, they're like, oh, you don't need to wait to go see a therapist. You should have one just as a regular, like how you see your doctor and your dentist and all that.
Mhm. Yeah, no. Actually, I finished my session with my therapist. I just feel like when you need to go, you should go, and when you feel like, okay, I've overcome and I've learned ways to cope with what I'm dealing with, then you can stop. But if I ever felt like I was feeling that way again, and I was feeling overwhelmed again, I would definitely go back.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so when I was doing my research, I also saw back in 2017, I actually watched this video yesterday, and it was called Domestic Violence Storytime, and you spoke about your experience with experiencing homelessness and witnessing domestic violence between your mother and her boyfriend, and seeing that God is really real. What advice would you give someone, whether it's a civilian or a soldier, male or female, who might have experienced this situation or who is like going through it right now?
My advice would be, if you're going through it right now, there's a way out. Don't just stay until you feel like you're trapped. There's definitely out, even if it's a homeless shelter, a women's shelter, just a structure in general to get you out of that situation. Don't stay somewhere where your physical health, your well-being, your livelihood, whatever is being taken advantage of mentally, physically, or emotionally. It's not worth it. Like, you can get out. You don't have to stay there. For somebody that's been through it and they have overcome it, I would say to take that, whatever negative thing that happened in your life, and make that push you to be a better person. Don't let that keep you down. That's something that happened to you when you're 18 and now you're 24, 25, and you're still holding on to that. You got to let it go so you can prosper and push forward, because you can't stay in that negative mindset. You can't use that bad thing that happened to you and keep acting the way you act and not progressing in life because you feel like, oh, what I went through was so bad and I can't progress. No. Use what you went through and have that push you to be a better person, to be a better you, to be better than whoever was hurting you. Because I was in a situation, and instead of letting it keep me down, I decided to overcome it and use that to never, ever feel like, or be super independent, never feel like somebody has to do this for me. Like, it just made me grow up faster. Like, I don't want nobody to ever tell me what they did for me. I can do it all on my own. And maybe, everything happens for a reason. So I needed that push to help my mom, help my brothers, help everybody else around me. So then I picked up the slack, and I used that to be a better person and to be independent and just be strong. And it made me stronger.
Girl, when I tell you, when I watched that video and when you really started telling the story, I was in here bawling.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Like, and it's like, the cliche saying, like, I would have thought that you would have went through that. And, like, I was just like, oh, my God. Because, like, when you were telling the story, like, I in my head, I'm, like, I felt like I was there. Like, I was replaying every single thing that you were talking about. And so I was like, most definitely, just because from telling how I could tell from your personality on YouTube and stuff, like, you're a very bubbly person, like, outgoing. And it's like, if I was there, like, at school and I knew that you were, like, this type of person, I would have never thought that this was happening to you. And, like, how you said you went from this type of lifestyle to the lifestyle that you wouldn't have even imagined. And it's just like, wow. Like, I'm really, like, happy for you and your family that you guys went through that and you overcame it and you actually used it to, you used it to tell other people, like, the story to make sure that they don't let themselves, like, don't let that situation get them down, and how they should treat themselves, and don't let other people treat them a certain way. Like,
because no one knew. Like you said, you wouldn't be able to tell from the outside looking in that I've been through what I've been through. And that's why I tell people, like, you never know someone's story, so you can't be so quick to judge. I went to school, like, every day, like, nothing was wrong. And the whole time I'm leaving in my car, living in a hotel, seeing my mom get abused. So you never can judge people. And like I said before, whatever you did go through, use that to be your motivation. If you saw your mama get beaten on, your brother, sister, cousin, auntie, whoever the case may be, do everything you can do to put them in a better position. So that means you got to buckle up and take on some loads, and you need to do that so you can take care of whoever you take care of. Because I want to take care of my mama. I want to take care of my brothers. So if I got to take that heat, if I got to put some more stuff in my backpack, then I'm going to do that. So it just made me, like I said, a better person and stronger. And I can't go through nothing in my grown years that I feel like is going to break me like that broke me. So it set me up for success almost. Like, I hate that I had to go through that. I hate my mama had to go through that. I hate my brothers had to know about that. But at the end of the day, it made me who I am today. And nothing is going to stop me from doing what I want to do, living how I want to live, and the dreams that I'm going to accomplish. And I feel like that gave me that fire under me to do what I got to do to make sure everybody around me is straight.
Yeah. And, like, in the video when you were like, that basically taught me, like, if my lights get cut off, light a candle. If my water gets turned off, drink a bottle of water, boil it, it take you a bath. And so I was like, it's so true. And a lot of people, they think, like, when I go through this stuff, it's really, like, okay. Like, life is literally like this. If you want to think of it as a game, it's literally a long game, and, okay, you make this decision, this is the outcome, and Or, okay, I'm going to throw a bonus round in there. This and this and this is going to happen. How are you going to overcome and adapt to what's going on? And when it's time for you to level up, how are you going to use those skills you learned when you were in a lower level at this higher level to overcome and adapt again? So it really was the way that the perspective that you have towards it, and the fact that you notice that, okay, if something like this does happen to me again, no matter what the circumstances are, you can overcome it, and there's always an option. And a lot of people don't think about it as, oh, I have an option, and they just sit there and they kind of let the problem, like, take over everything within their life.
Right, exactly.
So where do you see yourself, Tia Baker, and where do you see your business, Sweet Rebels Collection, in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see my business with a storefront. I see my website booming and banging. That's what I see in 5 years. I pray and hope that my business is successful, and I actually do have my storefront, and it's popping. I've got business. Eventually, long term, I would love to see my Sweet Rebel Collection, Sweet Color, in Miami, New York, and LA. That's like I want to franchise it. But for 5 years, I'm going to get myself to go to at least having a successful storefront and successful online business. For me, in 5 years, I'm hoping I'm out the military and I am my own boss and I am making money in my sleep, because my business online and my business store is doing numbers. That's where I see myself in 5 years.
Okay. So what is a random fun fact about you?
I love crab legs. I eat them things 3-4 times a week. Like, I love me some crab legs. That's like my favorite thing. That's like my soul food, my comfort food. Like, I can eat it every day if I wanted to. Like, the little seafood balls. Oh, yeah, feed my heart.
Country boy.
Feed my heart.
Oh my God, I don't even remember the last time I had a crab leg. And it's so bad because, okay, I'm a Georgia girl too. I'm from Savannah, so I know what a low country boil is, and I don't know if I had so many, like, growing up that I don't even care for it, but I'm a burger fanatic. I love bacon cheeseburgers, so. It's just like, people are like, oh, you've been in Maryland, you must eat crabs all the time. I'm like, no, I don't.
You're missing out. You need to get hip. I go to this one called the Sister Crab out here in Virginia, and I need to be, if y'all hearing this and y'all something, y'all need to sponsor me, because I come there 3 times a week, and I'm getting all my munchies. So listen, y'all need to sponsor me. I'm always there. It's so good. See, now I'm going to want it tomorrow. See, look at you, did.
Oh, my God. See, yeah. All my peacemakers, you don't have to go on, if they have an Instagram or they have a website, you have to call them and tell them to sponsor her. Right. You have to tell them. So, speaking of social media, how can other people purchase from your business or follow you on social media? Where can they find you on YouTube?
So my YouTube personality, my YouTube channel is Sweet Color. Make sure you subscribe. You listen to my voice right now. It takes 2 seconds to go on there and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. My Snapchat is TiaBia, TIAA_BIAAAA. I am that lip syncer Snapchatter. So if you don't like people that be on Snapchat singing they best life, you know what I'm saying, singing their life away with their little eyebrows on, the makeup, that's me all the way. But I do a lot of rant, and I do have good talking points. So if you're looking for a little controversy, then you need to go ahead and follow me on Snapchat. My Instagram is Sweets Color, SWEETSCOLOUR, and my Twitter is Sweets Color as well, but 2 S's after the T. So I don't really get on Twitter that much, but those are all my social media handles. But like I said first, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'm always at 60K. We're trying to get to 100 gang real soon. Okay, I'm trying to get it by the end of the year. That is my goal. But if we get 70, I'll be fine with that too. So make sure you click subscribe. Okay?
Okay, and for business inquiries, where can people send you emails?
You can send me emails at Color@gmail.com, SWEETSS, Color@gmail.com. And my websites are SweetRubberCollection.com and SweetsColorCosmetics.com. That's where you can buy all our hair collections, our glitter, lashes, anything. All of those are going to be on those websites.
Okie dokie.
Okay. This is Peace Color, and you're listening to Peace of Mind with the Soul Coach.
Be sure to cut that notification bell on so that you will get notified every time, whether you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, or any place. Just go ahead and make sure notifications are on so you can be told when I am dropping a new episode. And definitely like our podcast and let us know what is going on with you, what you want us to talk about, and we'll keep you informed via push notifications on your app. Definitely check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and email us if you need to at yourpeaceofmind2016@gmail.com. All can be found in the show notes of all of our shows, our podcast, and we'll be able to hit you up and we can chat, peacemakers.